8 freight wagons lie on their sides like fallen dominoes. The steel bodies are half buried in gravel ballast, their wheels pointing at the sky. Twisted rail sticks up from the trackbed at impossible angles. Spilled cargo, wooden crates, steel pipes, sacks of grain, covers the embankment for 200 meters in both directions. The main freight line between the country's two largest cities is dead. Nothing moves. Every hour this track stays closed, 40 freight trains and 12 passenger services cannot pass. The railway's Emergency Coordination Center issued the alert at 6 this morning. A recovery train with 2 rail-mounted cranes is already on its way from the depot 80 kilometers south. They have 36 hours. After that, the cargo backlog becomes a national logistics crisis. The recovery foreman rides in the lead crane's cab, studying aerial photos of the wreck on a tablet. 8 wagons, 300 meters of destroyed track, 2 cranes, 36 hours. He has done this before, but never this many wagons, and never on a deadline this tight. The derailment site, a straight section of double track running through flat farmland. Green fields on both sides, a gravel farm road crossing the tracks 100 meters from the wreck. The morning sky is clear and blue. The parallel track, the second line running beside the damaged one, is intact but closed for safety. No trains will pass on either track until the recovery is complete. The 8 derailed wagons form a chaotic pile. The first 3 lie on their left sides, wheels interlocked with each other. Wagon 4 rests upside down, its undercarriage exposed. Axles, brake rigging, suspension springs, all visible. Wagons 5 through 7 lean against each other at angles, propped up by their own spilled cargo. Wagon 8 sits half on, half off the rails, tilted 30 degrees, one set of wheels still on the track. Grain from ruptured sacks covers the ground like dirty snow. The recovery train arrives at 9:15. 2 yellow rail-mounted cranes at either end, a flat wagon with replacement rail sections, a ballast hopper, a tool wagon, a crew dormitory car, a generator car, and 5 flatbed wagons for loading wreckage. Each crane lifts 120 tons on a telescoping boom that rotates full circle on its rail chassis. The foreman walks the wreck site with a clipboard and spray paint. He marks each wagon in orange, 1 through 8, noting position, angle, cargo, and condition. Some can be lifted intact. Others will be cut apart as scrap. A yellow bulldozer rolls off a lowboy trailer on the farm road. 2 flatbed trucks with fresh sleepers and rail fasteners park beside it. 32 workers in orange vests gather for the briefing. The foreman divides the site into 2 zones. Crane 1 works the south end, wagons 1 through 4. Crane 2 works the north, wagons 5 through 8. Both cranes begin simultaneously. Crane 1 extends its boom over wagon 1. The operator lowers 2 steel lifting slings under the wagon body, threading them through gaps between the wheels and the frame. A rigging crew of 4 workers guides the slings into position, crawling under the tilted wagon in hard hats and steel-toed boots. The crane takes the load. The cables tighten. 110 tons of steel wagon slowly rotates upright, grain and gravel cascading off its side. The crane holds it vertical, then swings it sideways and sets it down on the flatbed wagon behind the recovery train. At the north end, Crane 2 tackles Wagon 8 first, the one still half on the rails. The operator lifts it straight up and sets it on the intact parallel track. Workers immediately chock the wheels and inspect the undercarriage. This wagon is undamaged. It can rejoin service after inspection. The bulldozer pushes between the cranes, clearing spilled cargo into piles beside the track. Its blade scrapes across ballast, pushing scattered steel pipes and broken crates into a heap. A worker with a rake follows behind, pulling smaller debris out of the track bed. By noon, 4 wagons are cleared. The destroyed track section is now visible. Bent rails, shattered sleepers, ballast churned to mud. The track repair crew moves in. Hydraulic rail cutters sever the bent sections with a sharp crack that echoes across the fields. Fresh rail lengths slide off the supply wagon on rollers, guided by workers into alignment on new sleepers. Afternoon. Crane 1 lifts Wagon 4, the upside-down one. Heaviest lift of the operation. The load cells flash yellow, close to capacity. The wagon rises slowly, and the operator rotates it right side up in mid-air before placing it on a flatbed. The rigging crew breaks into applause. 6 in the evening, daylight fading. 12 hours in, 4 wagons cleared, 150 meters of track partially replaced. 24 hours remain. The generator car powers up floodlights, 8 portable towers with 4,000-watt lamps on hydraulic masts. The wreck site transforms to artificial noon. Harsh, white light. Sharp, black shadows on the ballast. Workers pull on reflective vests. Temperature drops with the darkness. Crane 2 lifts Wagon 5, a ruptured vegetable oil tanker. As it rises, oil pours from the gash onto the ballast. The surface turns slippery. A worker near the crane base slips and catches the outrigger. The foreman pauses operations. Absorbent mats go down, then fresh gravel on top. 20 minutes lost. Wagon 6 is the problem. It lies across both tracks, frame bent in the middle, a structural break. It cannot lift as one piece. 2 workers in welding masks set up oxyacetylene torches. Blue-white flames hiss through the night. Sparks shower onto the ballast. 45 minutes to cut it in half. Crane 2 takes the front. Crane 1 swings around for the rear. Both halves go onto flatbeds. By midnight, Wagon 7 is the last. The crew is 18 hours in. Coffee thermoses circulate. Workers rotate through the dormitory car for 30-minute breaks. The cranes keep working. Wagon 7 lifts cleanly at 1 in the morning. Trackbed clear. But 300 meters of rail still need replacing. The track crew works through pre-dawn hours. Hydraulic spike drivers pound fasteners into fresh sleepers, the rhythmic bang echoing across dark fields. A ballast tamping machine vibrates gravel into place under each sleeper. Dawn of day 2. 30 hours into the operation. The sun rises over green fields and illuminates a transformed scene. Where 8 wagons lay in chaos yesterday, 2 straight steel rails now run through fresh gray ballast on new wooden sleepers. The track alignment crew walks the section with laser measuring tools, checking gauge width and rail level. A worker tightens the last fastener with a hydraulic torque wrench. The floodlights switch off one by one as daylight takes over. The bulldozer makes a final pass, grading the embankment smooth. The flatbed wagons loaded with scrap and recovered wagons sit in a line on the parallel track, ready to be hauled to the yard. Workers sweep the last debris from the ballast surface. At 10 in the morning, hour 32, the recovery foreman walks the full 300 meters of new track one final time. He checks every rail joint, every sleeper, every fastener. He radios the signal control center. Track clear, ready for traffic. The first train through is a test locomotive, a green diesel engine running alone at 20 kilometers per hour. The driver watches the new track section from his cab window. The rails hold. The ballast is firm. The sleepers do not shift. He radios back. Track good. 15 minutes later, the first freight train passes at 60, 120 grain hoppers behind 2 blue locomotives. The cars rumble over the new track without a shudder. Then a passenger express heading north. Silver coaches flashing past the recovery crew, still packing tools. The foreman stands by the farm road crossing, watching trains pass. 32 hours, 8 wagons, 300 meters of track, 32 workers and 2 cranes. The line is open. Behind him, the recovery train couples up and pulls south. Cranes, flatbeds, scrap and all. By tomorrow, no sign that anything happened here. Just 2 straight rails through a green field, carrying cargo where it needs to go.